Dementia, if you want to know about dementia, it is a progressive deterioration of brain functioning occurring after the completion of brain maturation in adolescence, or it is characterized by deficit in memory, thinking and behavior. So this deterioration will be start after when adolescent will be there, when brain will be developed, when brain start function, that time it happen, and there will be a dementia, and there will be deficit in memory, thinking and behavior. This is a medical diagnostic term that describes an organic mental disorder characterized by a cluster of cognitive impairment. Cluster, group of cognitive impairment that are generally of gradual onset and irreversible. Means it is cannot be reversible. You know very well, when the nerve cell will die, they will be not recover those one. Another definition, it is a diffuse brain dysfunction characterized by a gradual progressing and chronic deterioration of intellectual functioning. You know very well, judgment, orientation, memory, affect or emotional stability. Cognition and attention all are affected. That is by Sives. Sives is given in 1994. Another definition of dementia, it is a permanent loss of function of the brain. It has a gradual onset. Maybe slowly it will happen. So gradual, that's why it is called gradual onset, week to years. इसको स्टार्ट करने से वीक से लेकर सालों लग जाते हैं. हैज ए प्रोग्रेसिव कोर्स विद इंटैक्ट कॉन्शियसनेस. द इंटेलेक्ट, memory and the personality of the individual are severely affected. Mostly it is irreversible. The condition normally affects the elderly. Now, if you want to know about, if you are talking about in the terms of used to describe dementia, that is chronic brain dysfunction. And another term, if you want to say, that is chronic organic mental disorder. So, according to classification, how it is classification? Classification means here classification, it depend upon whether primary or secondary, whether with this dementia will have occurs with disease or without disease. So primary dementia and secondary dementia. Primary are those in which the dementia itself is the major sign of some organic brain disease not directly related to any other organic illness. For example, Alzheimer's disease. There is no need of other illness. It is happen within that person, that is called primary dementia. Secondary dementia are caused by or related to another disease or condition, also such as HIV or cerebral trauma. That is secondary dementia, that is due to any problem, due to any disease. So you can say, keep in mind that a person with dementia may also become delirious also. How much incidence of this disease, dementia? It is estimated that over 5% of people over 65 years of age have severe form of dementia. And 12% of the elderly suffer from mild to moderate severe. And prognosis for the disease is poor. And always you will know, dementia is always happening in the old peoples. And there will be a problem in the memory. And they will not remember the things. So what are the characteristics? Characteristics of dementia, that is memory impairment. So it is happen. Every problem in dementia, that is the memory impairment. Cognitive defects such as impaired language ability and decreased intellectual functioning. Decline in social and occupational functioning. You know also, if memory will be affected, cognition also be affected, language also be affected, and if that person is not able to remember, then social and occupational functioning also will be affected. Now, type of dementia according to the DSM-4 TR. Before also, don't to be confused. Before also I told you about type 1 and type classification, primary and secondary. That is a classification according to the disease and without any disease. But here, according to the WHO, and that is the DSM, diastatical model by all psychiatric association, they have given this definition or these categories, and this is types. So first type according to them in the 5 types of dementia according to the APA 2000s. These are dementia of Alzheimer type. That you know also there is a genetic change in the nerve cells. That's why Alzheimer disease will happen. Vascular dementia. You know about vascular dementia. It is related to our all vascular system. There is some plaque, maybe there is a CVA, maybe anything happen. That will be with the vascular dementia. Dementia due to the other general medical condition, maybe due to any medical condition. You can say diabetes also. Maybe there is a chance of dementia, and maybe you can say endocrine diseases and other diseases. There also a chance of dementia. Substance induced persisting dementia. We are talking about if someone is taking substance abuse. If someone is there is also persisting dementia. Or maybe dementia due to multiple etiology. Etiology may be due to old age, maybe dementia due to any problem, maybe medical condition, maybe vascular. So, however, this type dementia could be grouped in two main forms, senile dementia and pre-senile dementia. So, senile dementia. What is senile dementia? The age range for the condition is usually 60 years and above. Always remember, only one type of dementia that is below 60 years of age. Otherwise, other dementia will be above 60 years of age. It is progressive deterioration marked by disturbance of memory. It is just slowly there will be deterioration in the old age people, and there will be a disturbance in memory. Mental changes will be profound. There is a loss of mental changes will be there. Memory may be poor, especially for recent events. Recent things they will not forget. Impaired judgment, imagination, concentration, attention, commonly present as well as episodic excitement, delirium, expression, delusion, and hallucination. Physical stamina is also diminished. Tremor, physical and mental sluggishness will be there. And rigidity are commonly seen when the basal ganglia are significantly affected. Parkinsonian gait and drooling posture may be apparent. You know about Parkinsonism gait? If there is a Parkinsonian patients will be there, what happened? Their gait will be there no coordination of the all parts of the body, and these people drooling, they are falling here and there. So their posture will be, that person will be fall. That is called drooling posture may be apparent. Another is senile is psychosis. If there is a psychosis, the frontal lobe gradually shrink. Always, if you will see some in psychosis, if you will do the CAT scan or maybe PET scan, you will see the frontal lobe of the brain will be shrink. Shrink, you know very well, it will सिकुड़ जाता है, छोटा हो जाता है. And the space previously occupied them is filled with cerebrospinal fluid. और जो भी space उसके बीच में जो बस्ती है उसमें सारी में cerebrospinal सब भर जाता है. Scattered throughout the brain, and there is evidence of cortical damage, and there is a chance that there will be a damage of cortical. The amount of cerebral atrophy varies from person to person. Cerebral atrophy किसी में बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाती है, किसी में कम हो जाती है. In some, the wearing process is more rapid and de-wasting having been assisted perhaps by overwork. De-wasting किस में होती है, किन लोगों में होती है, और या बहुत ज़्यादा काम करते हैं या बहुत ज़्यादा वरीज करते हैं, या जिसको सिफिलिस है, अल्कोहल बहुत ज़्यादा लेते हैं, या अदर टॉक्सिक सब्सटेंस दे आर कंज्यूमिंग. Additionally, much depends upon hereditary factor also, and hereditary factor are much responsible for that. Pre-senile dementia, that was senile dementia. Now it is pre-senile dementia. Before also I have already discussed about you. Only pre-senile dementia, it is the range from this condition is about 40 to 50 years of age. It is steadily progressive disease with symptoms resembling those of senile dementia. Sign symptom will be almost will be same. It shows itself incidentally lack of concentration, irritability, delusion of suspiciousness, prosecution, with a gradual impairment of memory occurs, disorientation, emotional lability and restlessness are found, physically, aphasia, apraxia, paralysis. If you will think about what is, if I am talking about they are restless are found physically, aphasia. What is aphasia? inability to understand or produce speech. That is called aphasia. And if I will talk about apraxia means inability to perform particular action due to the damage of the brain. That's why called it is apraxia. Paralysis, you know. A stereotype movement also you will know. Paralysis, that parts may be hemiplegia, may be paraplegia, and that part if paralyzed, that is called paralysis. Stereotype movements, and you know stereotype movements, maybe that person will be do dancing or all type of activity that person is the moment is doing, that is a stereotype movements may also be present. And now you will see senile delirium, senile, paranoid and depressive state. So how we will diagnose that person? We have to take the history from reliable family member. Who is a reliable family member? Reliable family member, those may be mother, may be father, may be brother, wife, husband. Those are reliable people. They can give proper history of the patient. You have to collect history, and you know how to take the history, what type, how many type of history, family history, present history, past history, you know very well. Mental status examination, you know the whole points, how you will do the mental status examination. Neurological test, all neurological test will be done. And there is a physical checkup also, neurological testing will be there. And psychometric testing also will be there. And psychometric test, Bhatia battery test will be there, and small sentence will be there, and some fine activities they will see the patients, and some paragraph they will give, and they can do psychometric testing of the person. Then PET scan, all I am saying, progesterone emission tomography, PET scan also will do, and due to that we will see to it like where there will be if we are making organic diagnosis, like why it is happen, we can see that one. EEG. What is EEG? EEG means electroencephalography. Means ब्रेन की जो ब्रेन के अंदर एक जितनी भी कंडक्शन होती हैं, ब्रेन के अंदर कुछ तारें लगा दी जाती हैं, एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट देयर विल बी रिकॉर्डिंग ऑफ दैट waves, and that is called EEG. So which parts is working and which parts is not working, or which part is damaged, that is we can see by EEG. Then CT scan, you know about CT scan, we can see, visualize that parts in parts, small parts, that is CT scan. And autopsy, we can take some parts and maybe in form of biopsy, and autopsy means after the death of that person. We can check why it is happen. So we can apply on the who are living person, and we can take biopsy also of the person. So by these things we can make the diagnosis. Now some small diagnosis will be there, and what are the causes? You know also Alzheimer's disease. Before also I explained intracranial infection, brain abscess, meningitis, intracranial infection, etc. Huntington disease. You are also reading in the MS medical surgical, and that there will be tumor, space occupying lesion, and then you are making diagnosis. That is because due to if there is any organic basis, you can see to it. Peak disease. Huntington chorea, you have seen there is a disorganization of the movements. And peak disease. What is peak disease? Peak disease, why it is happen? Alcohol and other toxic substance. For example, anything if inhalants, some gases also it will work, or maybe some toxic substance, or maybe alcohol we are taking. So what is peak disease? Peak disease also, before also I explained you, that is frontotemporal dementia will be there. There is a degeneration, and that part will be small. So that is frontotemporal portion. That is peak disease. Parkinson's disease, you know very well. Also Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, that is also degeneration due to the medication, sedative, hypnotics, anxiolytic, etc. Or dietary deficiency, for example, vitamin B deficiency, etc. Neurological disorder, seizures, etc. हेड ट्रॉमा एंड रिपीटेड हेड इंजरी अगर बारी बारी हो रही है तो उससे क्या डिहाइड्रेशन हो जाएगी, सीवियर एनीमिया हो जाएगा, फिजिकल इलनेस हो जाएगी, फीवर हो जाएगा, एक्सेट्रा. Or maybe due to head injury, metabolic disturbance also will be there, electrolyte imbalance, hypoglycemia. So those are the causes. Sexual transmitted disease, HIV, AIDS, syphilis, etc. There will be also respiratory failure, degenerative process such as aging. So clinical feature now. I am coming on the clinical feature. Hallucination, you know very well. Maybe visual or auditory hallucination will be there. Delusion, maybe in the form of something has been stolen. In my home also, my mother-in-law also, she is searching sometime if something is missed. ढूंढती रहती है, कभी बच्चा गुम हो जाता है, कभी कपड़ा गुम हो जाता है. After he has forgotten the exact environment he placed an item, blaming close attendants for stealing it. Another delusion is jealousy, whether he assesses his spouse of having an affair. One day she said, मेरे husband जो है ना पता नहीं कहाँ चले गए, कौन ले गया. So this type of delusion you can see in those patients. Personality changes, lack of interest in the day activity. Who have dementia, naturally there will be lack of interest in the day activities also, and easy mental fatigability. He will be she is always looking tired, self-centered, withdrawn, decreased self-care. Memory impairment, recent and short memory always will be there in dementia and is critically affected. Cognitive impairment, disorientation, poor judgment, difficulty in abstract thinking, or calculation, decreased attention span, confabulation. You know very well, if there is a cognitive impairment, it will be there. If there is a dementia, disorientation, poor judgment, everything, abstract thinking, that those will be affected. Other clinical feature, affective impairment, exaggerated mood swings, labile mood, you know very well, सारी psychiatry पढ़ चुके हो. Irritability, depression, behavioral impairment, neurotic भी हो सकती है, psychotic behavior change भी हो सकती है, sexual drive बढ़ भी सकती है, कम भी हो सकते हैं, activities and stereotype behavior. Neurological impairment, aphasia, apexia, agnosia, seizures. Aphasia I have already explained. If there is any impairment, aphasia क्या होता है वो पहले बताया, apexia भी बताया है मैंने आपको. Agnosia, inability to interpret the sensation. पहले वो लैंग्वेज की बात करी थी मैंने, जो प्रेक्सिया की बात करी थी, यहाँ पर हमें एग्नोसिया की बात कर रही हूँ. So that there will be a inability to interpret sensation. Here there were a speech, here is a sensation. So seizures, headaches, you know very well also. Sundowner syndrome, drowsiness, confusion, ataxia, accidental fall may occur at night when external stimuli such as light and interpersonal orientation cues are diminished. Catastrophic tendency. These people will be agitated, attempt to compensate for defect by using strategy to avoid demonstrating failure in intellectual activity, such as changing the subject, cracking jokes or delivering the conversation. Sometimes what happen? कई बार वो मेरी मदर-इन-लॉ गलत बोल रही हो तो मैं कहूँगा तुम ये गलत बोल रहे हो. What she will say? अरे नहीं मैं तो जो कर रही थी, मैं तो ऐसे बात कर रही थी. So this type of those called catastrophic tendency. Other symptoms, incontinence, you know about incontinence, the incontinence of urine also, swallowing problem, difficulty performing tasks takes some thought, but the use comes immediately, such as balancing or checkbook, playing games, ludo, bridge, learning new information routine. These are all are affected. Getting lost on familiar routes, रास्ता भी नहीं मिलता, कई बार वो अपना कमरा ढूंढते ढूंढते बाहर निकल जाती हैं. लैंग्वेज प्रॉब्लम विल बी देयर. Familiar subject, object, sometimes she forget. Losing interest in thing, and he or she previously enjoyed flat mood. Sometimes she is talking herself and enjoying herself. Misplacing item, always she is searching, my things are misplaced. Personality changes and loss of social skills, which can be lead to inappropriate behavior. Other symptoms जैसे change in sleep pattern. Sleep in pattern, often waking up at night, difficulty doing basic tasks such as preparing meals, choosing proper clothing or drives, forgetting detail about current events, forgetting events in her own life history, losing awareness of who she, having hallucination, argument, spectrum and violent behavior, having delusion, depression, agitation, more difficulty reading or writing, poor judgment, loss of ability to recognize danger, using the wrong word, not pronouncing word correctly, speaking in confusing sentences, withdrawing from social contact. Patient with severe dementia may also exhibit the following symptom: difficulty performing basic activity of daily living such as eating, dressing, bathing, difficulty recognizing family member, can no longer understand language. Behavioral and psychological symptom: reduced inhibition of inappropriate behavior. Patient may undress in public place, misinterpretation of visual or auditory cues, may be resist treatment, may be sometimes perceived as someone assaulting her, impaired short-term memory, and reduced inability to express needs. They wonder because they're lonely, frightened, or looking for something or someone. So, nursing management of the dementia. First, we have to provide a safe environment. So, this film is very much long. That's why, in short, I'm telling you, you know very well also how we will make the safe environment. Make sure the light are bright enough. Match lighter, everything we have to remove. Sharper, we have to remove. Make sound free. Surrounding also will be free. And no, don't leave any medication on her bed. And promptly respond to client any for call. Another, facilitate adequate rest and sleep. Provide calm and quiet environment for sleep. Patient keep clean and dry. Provide regular exercise to the patient. They like sitting in the chair, walking, other activity. Client can manage to improve sleep. Monitor sleep and elimination pattern. Discourage daytime napping to her sleep at night. Establish good interpersonal relationship. Give clear, simple, verbal instruction. Verbal communication should not be hurried. Ask questions that require yes or no answer. They are the best for the patient. Don't argue with this patient. Always introduce self and other names. Address patient appropriately by the name or a title. Facilitate adequate hygiene needs. Compliment or praise the patient when good looks. Encourage help in cleaning teeth and bathing. Attend to his grooming needs. Check finger and toe nails regularly. Remove the lock if patient facing problem may be going in bathroom. Remind the patient to attend the nature call or at regular interval. Just leave the toilet door open. Leave a light on at night to find the way. Assist patient with other activity of daily living. Maintain adequate food and fluid intake. Serve well-balanced diet, plenty of fiber such as vegetable, whole fruit, and fruits to prevent constipation. Whole wheat also. Allow patient to take plenty of time for meals. Inform patient which meal it is and what is there to eat. Do not serve food too hot or too cold. If patient on fluids, maintain adequate fluid balance chart. Provide prompt assistance to eat and drink adequate amount of foods and drink. Facilitate the development of socially acceptable behavior. Decrease socially inappropriate behavior by reinforcing social acceptable scheme. Avoid or correction. Repeat necessary information. Focus on positive behavior of the patient rather than dwelling on the mistakes. Give appropriate reward for positive behavior shown by the patient. Ignore unacceptable behavior. Facilitate orientation. Orient the patient to reality in order to decrease confusion. Orient patient to time, place, and person. Provide clock with the large faces to aid in orientation to time. Use calendar with large writing and separate page for each day. Provide newspaper, magazine, and journal to stimulate interest in current affair. Increase interest in surrounding. Allow patient to chat and play with old friends to relive the past. Make sure that each day has activity of interest if possible for the demented patient. Go for a walk together, listening to music, watching an entertainment program, TV, or talk about the activity of the day. Involve the family and the community in the treatment and rehabilitation program. Instruct patient to always carry an identity card with him. He is lost or could not be found the way back after roaming about. Offer emotional support to the patient and family. Educate the family on the disease process and how to deal with the patient. Refer family to agency and support group for people living with dementia for legal and financial advice and support when necessary. Administer prescribed medication. Serve medication according to the time dose to deal with the hallucination and inappropriate outburst of the patient. Antipsychotic, olanzapine and maybe quetiapine. Vitamin supplement, B12 vitamins should be given. Zolpidem for insomnia. A patient is not able to sleep. We can anti-anxiety drug or maybe sleeping drugs, sedative drug, antidepressant for depression, and especially tacrine for memory deficit, and ecaflin to slow the disease process. So these are the drugs. It is compulsory to remember and you to write down. Other treatment approaches: avoid antacid, avoiding the use of aluminum cooking utensil, Avoid aluminum containing deodorants. These help to decrease aluminum intake. So this is the assignment for you. There will be a difference. You have to write delirium and dementia. So that I will not explain you. So thank you very much. You will see end of presentation. Thank you very much, my child. No matter what you face in life, don't let go of God's hand. Every blessing assigned to you will come. Is it He who hold your today and tomorrow in the palm of His hands? Just trust Him. Thank you very much. Bye and good evening. Thank you. कितने मिनट की होगी?